Bill Marrone, and I'm one of the instructors here from Rutgers OCPE, and I've been with them for about 5 years and have been in training and development for about 25 or so years. We also have an emphasis on email communication because we know that's one of the key tools that people are using anymore for communicate with one another. But regardless of how you're communicating, or what you're doing in terms of whether it's an email or a letter or a memo or a report, the basics of writing are all the same. There are certain things we need to keep in mind. What makes a person an effective writer? And one of the things I really like to emphasize right from the very beginning is that clear thinking will lead to clear writing. That's like one of the mantras in this course, because so often that's not what we do. We just jump in and do. And what we do is I present a couple different models for writing. One is the reader's side. What do the readers look for? And what does the writer need to do to meet those needs? And so there's a couple different models that we present. There's also a number of different exercises and tools so that they start looking at, what are some of the key things I can do to make sure I am getting my message across. Because I emphasize that if you want to have good communication, whether it's verbal or written, the message sent has to equal the message received. Right? So we look at writing for clarity, writing for conciseness, for correctness, courtesy, and confidence as well. So the next page, on page 3, you're going to see one of the models, and that is what the reader wants. And what the reader wants, the 3 C's are context, content, and close. These are questions that the reader will actually think about, not so much step by step. Will they say, well, what is this? Who wrote it? When was it written? But they'll process the information in that way. They'll take the document and start thinking about it. And again, they'll start thinking about it and in terms of these 3 C's, and then they'll also take a look at, well, what does this mean to me? Some of the documents I bring in actually are documents that I've grabbed from different sources. Names have been changed to protect the innocent, but they analyze writing actually using yet another technique to help them see whether or not the needed points are getting across. As one example, there's an email that, again, I've doctored it up a little bit, changing names and so on, but it's about an email that was related to the Challenger or the Columbia. I'm not sure which one it is. And the way it was written, it really did not say what the criticality was of this information. It was just information. So what does it mean? Tell me what it means. It wasn't there. And I'm sure there was a lot of other things besides a bum email, but it all helped to contribute to a disastrous situation. So that's an extreme, but it just shows how critical what we say and what we're trying to get across needs to really have focus to it. The other model that we have here is just what it calls the ready, aim, fire model. It's the writer's angle. What do they need to do to make sure that they're covering the bases? Preparing, thinking, and then the actual doing, which is the fire. And part of the program also focuses on analyzing, making sure that analyzing your writing so that you are hitting in the middle section very well, and also there's exercises to make sure they're hitting on the far side on the right here.